Thanks, Nick.
Thanks very much, Sam. It's so lovely that you and Margot have invited me here. What I'm really passionate about is contemporary art and the art of artists that are making work in South Australia. And tonight we've got a duality. Upstairs we have the kind of tour de force painting of Joshua's, and down here Deidre's very meditative works. So it's a great delight to talk about Deidre's exhibition. I would like to acknowledge a great friend of the arts, the Honourable Stephen Marshall, the Leader of the Opposition, who's with us tonight. Thank you very much for your continued support of the visual arts in Adelaide. It's important, and your great support makes a difference for us all. Many of our great supporters do it with their feet, and you've done it with your feet by coming here tonight. It's important to support artists that make extraordinary works of art, and the exhibition tonight is a testament to that. I know these pictures very, very well. Deidre spent many months in the Art Gallery of South Australia. She was the inaugural artist of the Guildhouse Collections project, where artists have been camped out in the Art Gallery of South Australia, and we thought that she'd come in and interrogate the pictures, the sculptures, the photographs, the works on paper. She did that, but in her own way. What she did was interrogate people interacting with art, the kind of dynamism that happens in the public space of the art museum. And what's fascinating is that she's kind of captured the voyeurism of the art museum. She went around with her sketch pad and her camera and carefully, slowly, just observed what was happening over many months in the art gallery. It was during the Adelaide Biennial, Dark Heart, nearly 2 years ago. And there are some glimpses of Dark Heart, which is embedded in my brain. I lived with that show for 2 years. But also extraordinary works of art from the States collection that you all own. And she captures people in those meditative moments when they're interacting. And there are the fleeting glances, there are long lingering pauses, there are quick dashes. They're all of those emotions that one has in an art museum. And what she's done so beautifully is actually edited our own art museum. Because I know the pictures so well, the placement, I can actually spot where she's deleted or added things or increased the size and scale. And that's the artist's prerogative. And that's kind of about building a picture that is purely hers. So, you know, we have a Nora Hyson portrait just over here, where it appears that the Hyson landscape jumps out onto the back of the viewer's shirt. Or we have Jake and Dinos Chapman's extraordinary sculpture called Swings and Roundabouts, just here with the big vitrine. And the boy looking at the work suddenly is emblazoned with a skull, because the whole sculpture is about kind of mortality and the sort of powerfulness of people's lives. And there's the play of deleting and adding, the play of mirrors and reflections, and the artist's hand is always there modulating the frame to create a kind of powerful meditative image. And I think that's what makes a brilliant artist. They don't just observe, they don't just take photographs and go back to their studios. They think about that source material as the kind of fodder to put together a picture that is powerful, that's singular, that's meditative, that's ultimately seductive. And Deidre's work is that. It's ultimately seductive because it asks us to look more. All of the pictures are about people looking, they're about people thinking. But ultimately her works are about the artist thinking about the world around her, thinking about how we see art. And that's quite a powerful message. She does it in such a modest way. These pictures don't overwhelm you. In some ways, they kind of draw you in slowly and let you think about what's there. And I think pictures that linger, pictures that spend time asking you to look into the detail are the ones that are most rewarding. And there's a bounty of those in this show. There's lots and lots. And I think that as an artist, she's constantly pushing the painting tradition. She spent time at the Grand State Hermitage Museum at St. Petersburg. And some of you will know a very striking portrait of a group of young men in soldiers' uniforms that really inspired this body of work. The Grand Hermitage is, one of the best and most extraordinary museums in the whole world. And we feel privileged that she's chosen our museum to continue the series and continue to be inspired, because this exhibition is a testament to the state's collection and also the state's love of art and how we all want to see more. That's why we're here. And these pictures will be wonderful vignettes into a moment in time when Deidre inhabited our museum, and we feel very privileged to have her doing that. She's one of the state's leading artists, but she's also an artist that is of national significance, and I think that's an important point, that we have many artists that are significant on a national stage, and I think that's what makes Adelaide such a dynamic and interesting place. So it's without further ado that I commend this wonderful exhibition, congratulate Deidre on this wonderful body of work over a number of years, and thank you Sam and Margot for your great hospitality. Thank you.
Looking forward to your comments. I love the way you can just peel away the ideas and thoughts behind each work and this body of work, and just to help us access some of these ideas. It's really good. Of course, being a bit egotistical, I also think this exhibition is about all of us, because we're almost all of us are in this picture in some stage at times in our lives looking, and it's just great, that sort of mirror and interaction. It's always my great honour to, of course, via our sponsor, to thank Nick and offer him a fine bottle of Barossa Valley wine from Yalumba. I really appreciate Nick's coming along. It's just fabulous, his support on this level, and I appreciate it greatly. Thanks very much, Nick, and spread the word. Thank you.